Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video let's take a look at this tug of war that's going on between bulls and the bears. Why do I even say that? Well, because there is definitely lot of consolidation and stabilization that we are seeing, not just on Tesla, but as we'll take a look at S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, but at the same time, just where the structure has to fully change for the bulls, bears are still not letting that happen. So who's going to win out of this tug of war? We'll take a look at from the lens of technicals, the price action, and all in all, let's take a look at what type of trades could be taken based off of where the price action is and what it is telling us. So in this video, we'll take a look at S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and SMCI. Now, before going further, I also want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice and is only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. All right, so let's start off with S&P 500. So we have been getting some good bounces, no complaints about that, all right? And this is where rebound has been happening. However, as I have been saying, that overall structure though is not bullish yet. We are still in that resistance zone, in the zone 565 to 575 almost. We are still below 200 days moving average. And you can also see anytime any bounce that is trying to come is being sold off. So bulls are trying, all right, but bears are still in control. This is in the overall structure just a rebound unless things changes, and for that we'll have to get above 572 fully and 200 days moving average combination of both. Otherwise this lingering weakness will remain, and on the hourly interval, that's pretty much the sign is also the supply zone is not giving up. Now we are at a critical stage, right? Because technically, and this is also another reason that you can see we are still holding a reference line. Okay, still technically holding it, but we are not making any higher highs or higher lows. And at this point, tomorrow, anytime if we lose 565 zone, it's just going to continue down. There is no uptrend below that, sorry. If you want to still look for intraday uptrend or we want to see a good move, well, at least tomorrow, upside intraday only though, 567 and 88 cents will be that A line or the significant level. Above this, some uptrend can be again looked at. Otherwise, no. And anytime if we lose it, weakness will again come. So it's just going sideways and choppy anytime though if we lose this zone 565 to 562. It's just overall structure taking precedence and we are gonna continue lower. Overall structure is still negative, guys. And it's still the sentiment wise is still weak, is what I'm trying to say. And there's definitely that tug of war ongoing between bulls and the bears. All right. Similarly on Nasdaq 100, which is in much more dire situation than comparatively to the S&P 500, we are seeing this, the sell-off zone and the mode ongoing up there. And similarly, we'll have to take it on the hourly interval, what to watch. So we still rejected at 200 hours moving average today. The good trend is only above this zone 481 and 200 hours moving average if you want to look even intraday uptrend, and that's what I will suggest. If you're looking for an uptrend, intraday play is only above this level, a good one, 481 and 200 hours moving average. If we can't, then things would not turn out good again, okay? And anytime if we lose this level below 476 to 477, things will unfortunately come again much lower, and that's where the weakness is. This zone losing it, it's a flush zone, it's a weakness zone. Overall structure will continue to remain negative. All right, so it's very much at the last line of defense here as well. All right, let's jump on to now our other stocks, that is starting off with Tesla. Well, it's again trying to stabilize with this double bottom. All right, almost the zone that I provided you, 212 to 225, is so far holding fine. Now let's get to the intraday. Overall structure is still negative though, guys, just keep that in mind, but it's going through that stabilization mode. Intraday, well, from where we are, if we can hold above 232 and 64 cents for tomorrow, this zone, it can be looked up for an uptrend. Intraday only, the uptrend, nothing more than that. And as we test 241, anywhere if we get closer to 100 hours moving average, consider the at least more profits you can take on this near-term intraday play on an uptrend. Overall structure is still negative, but I also consider that since it's stabilizing at an important zone, the short play on the swing that we were in, consider it almost over. You should be taking out profits already here in the short position if you took that short play, right? And anyhow, getting above 251 and 79 cents is where some long-term situation can turn around on Tesla for a good uptrend. Otherwise, no, you will still intraday. The levels that I gave you is the levels you'll have to work with only for intraday, though, at least. And now for the swing, I already provided you my opinion. For Nvidia, same case. We are not there fully bullish, but it's trying to hold this pivot. It's a good sign. All right, but we are not in like a really good uptrend right now. As if this pivot can hold, we need to start to break out above like 122 area. Now let's get to the hourly interval, because that will help us in identifying the levels to watch and where the strength is. So today also it's able to hold a pivot here. All right, higher low, somehow it's able to hold it. All right, we found the bounce at 200 hours moving average as well. Now tomorrow, well, one level is 118. As we can stay above it, which we did hold today as well. If tomorrow we hold above it, stay above it, continue to look for an uptrend intraday, especially right now. And it can continue on multi-day, you can hold through that position. But anytime if we lose 118, weakness is again there. All right. So above 118, uptrend is to be looked at. Below 118, intraday weakness is again coming. That's the level to watch for tomorrow on Nvidia for both uptrend and or the downtrend. All right, now let's get to AMD. And well, just before wrapping up Nvidia, guys, though, the thing is with Nvidia that it's below 200 days moving average as well. It's a good rebound. All right, it's just a rebound though, and if we want to form this pivot, we are right there. Okay, if you are looking for buying it, well, and you want to trade it to the upside, considering all those levels hold on the lower time frame that I just went over, your stop loss has to be below this 200 hours moving average, or any of these levels like 116 area, or even 108 and 14 is the hard stop loss for sure. All right. And but again, like, you have to define what's your horizon and what type of trade you are doing. If it's just intraday trade, then there is no point even being long below 118. If your horizon is a day or so and you, let's say, started your position up here, then you can have a stop loss here. That's your multi-day trade, right? It's all about what type of trade you are taking, right? Accordingly, your stop loss will be defined, but I'm providing you the structure. So intraday, that's the level, and on the daily, I would say anytime if we lose 114 area below, that's a problem. All right, AMD on the other hand is looking good, and it's been holding that structure just fine for us, still in the bullish structure. And on the hourly interval as well, it's been holding fine. Today also it held one of the significant level, and yesterday I mentioned that as long as we can hold above this 105 to 104 area, it's just a pullback, and you can see precisely right at those areas we found a bounce, and thus holding still higher lows and still higher lows and higher highs. It's a good sign on AMD. And so as long as we still stay above 106 and 50 cents tomorrow, just uptrend is to be looked at. All right, so that's AMD. The last one for this video is SMCI. And for all other stocks, guys, as usual, I talk with the members, 50 plus stocks coverage. Well, it's not just 50 plus stocks coverage, it's now 60 plus stocks coverage there. And also, if you need access to the trading tools, you can check out the details in the description of this video. All right, so SMCI is a little bit stumbling again today. It's just gone weak again. That momentum is not coming back in this. And as per the trend line that I had given you, we stayed below it. We are remaining weak. And yeah, this thing is still not able to do it, rejecting again at the significant level overhead and continuing lower. If you even uptrend on the intraday for tomorrow, that will be 39 and 82 cents above. A good one, or well, when I say good one, not necessarily a good one, but at least some strengthful play is above that. Otherwise, no, it's going sideways choppy. We'll eventually have to get above this, lower moving reference line for that momentum to come back in. But anytime if we start to dip below this blue box that is from 38.26, if we start to dip below it, it's just gonna be a problem. All right, it's just going to be a problem. Yeah. Okay, that's all I had for you guys in this video. Hope you found it helpful, valuable. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, and with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.